Happy dress up day, everybody. So, I decided to do a Halloween special. Just something different. I know I said it was going to be on Wednesday. However, I just figured that, it's Halloween. And I'm really just, going to shed some light on the Halloween holiday. And still, with my monster voice I have today. Um, so, you know, let's get it. It's probably going to
Um, so, you know, let's get it. It's probably gonna come out late, you guys, because I still have to take the girls trick or treating. But I'm going to share some pictures on my community page of us trick or treating. So, without further ado, let's get in it. So, as always, grab you something to chill out and vibe with me, and come chill with your girl. Let's go.
How fast is this?
This is still slow. We're only doing 30 miles an hour.
Oh my God, oh my
We'll speed
God, oh
up
my God.
after we get around the corner.
This isn't just any tunnel.
We can get 100, no problem, but we'll take it easy for you.
It's Elon Musk tunnel. And to understand why we're speeding through it, you need to go back a couple of years when he decided he had had enough of Los Angeles traffic gridlock.
Either we try something new, or we will be stuck in traffic hell for the rest of our lives. I started thinking, well, maybe this could be underground.
This is the underground network he envisions. Electric cars using street-level elevators to drop down into a series of tunnels. Autonomous technology in the cars ensure that they don't run into each other, despite going speeds over 125 miles an hour.
Tunnels are, in my view, the only solution to urban congestion because we have a 2D road network and we have buildings in 3D. And everyone wants to pile out of those buildings and into those buildings at the same time.
How fast is this?
This is still slow.
Well, I don't like sitting through traffic either. But as you guys know, there's levels to this, and I'm, taking us somewhere. So we're driving somewhere. Let's go. My apologies, everyone. So that used to be, well, I'm gonna be honest, like I told you guys in a previous one, it's still hard sometimes because I really like that. Like that one snap. I ain't gonna lie. So for me, but to know now about the tunnels and then kind of like listening to the words as it said in there, I'm going to try to leave the whole audio in. I'm not sure if the person saying, throughout it is enough for copyright purposes, but I'm going to try to leave it in there. If at all it's snipped or messed up, that's why. But, I like I said, and I'm the one that was sitting here saying, hear the screams from everywhere, literally just sitting there singing it just now. Like, I'm a work in progress. Mind you, my outfit is because I'm on my Survivor stuff. And a piggyback too off of Beyonce. And don't mind my nails, y'all. I'm going to get my refill tomorrow. So Sunday, I have new nails. It's a bunch of stuff going on. We have construction going on at the house. It's just a lot of things going on. And it'll be a 2 costume type of deal. So, but I'm wearing like with a nod to that, and too because like I told you guys, like Beyonce and Rihanna. Well, I didn't tell you guys about Rihanna, but Rihanna is one of. See you guys, I'm still struggling. The struggle is real, y'all. However, I really do like, and in regards to Rihanna, we're gonna delve into some stuff with Rihanna as well because her age of coming over here to the United States and just the situation in regards to her signing her contract with Rock Nation and the timing, and then just kind of like these things that I'm going to eventually bring up were brought up by both Rihanna and Jay-Z, and maybe they didn't think about it at the time. Maybe he did, we'll get to that. However, so, kind of maybe touching on the trafficking in that aspect, but we'll get to that. That's coming. Well, let's go to the next one.
Raven Rock to me, like what it is, what it's for.
No.
Raven Rock, like Area 51, remains one of the U.S. government's most classified installations. It's all part of a plan that was hatched 70 years ago.
In the 1950s, the government came up with plans for a deep underground command center where the president and, a few hundred staff members not only could take shelter, but also could direct a nuclear war.
The plan is called Continuity of Government, or COG.
At any moment, we could see thousands of members of the government completely wiped out, but there's a secondary government, a shadow government that is ready to take over at a moment's notice.
Raven Rock is an underground backup Pentagon.
It's the most unbelievable place you can imagine. You're 768 feet below the surface.
Don Camel spent 3.5 years at Raven Rock as part of the president's communication team. He's never spoken on camera before about his time working in the secret bunker.
Basically, they carved out a city underground that could survive a direct hit from a nuclear blast. After you go through the security, you walk in and it's basically an underground tunnel. There's a glass door that was 3.5 foot thick that weighed 30 tons. You go through like an airlock, and they had 2 of those doors, and then you walk another half a mile.
A half mile deeper into the mountain is the bunker itself.
And you're going past 5 buildings. Those represent the 5 rings of the Pentagon. And each of those buildings are 3 stories tall, and they probably have 50 to 80 offices per floor.
The buildings are mounted on springs to survive the shock waves from a nuclear blast.
There's a common cafeteria capable of serving 3,000 people 3 meals a day for 30 days on lockdown. They had a barber shop in there with 1 chair.
It's got massive reservoirs, generators, even a crematorium if needed, post office, medical facilities, and emergency command and communication links to the U.S. military all around the world.
As part of the White House team, Camel had access to the most restricted part of the bunker. The presidential suite.
The presidential suite is a very secure area. The other people in the site, they had no access, and they were very, very curious as far as what was behind the door. The presidential bedroom was, of course, a king-size bed. Then there was a separate kitchen set up in our suite to feed 30 or 40 people. The presidential office overlooked the war room, which had the same display that was a duplicate of what they had in the Pentagon. We would look down, and of course they'd look up, and they couldn't see through the glass because it was a one-way glass.
To understand why these bunkers were created, you have to rewind to the 1950s. For some, it was America's golden age. But it was also the dawn of a ruthless fight for global supremacy.
The United States and the Soviet Union stand on the verge of direct military confrontation,
in which both sides built up an arsenal of spectacularly powerful weapons. It meant the next World War would not last years, but minutes.
It's safe to say that was self-explanatory. Next one.
Before I play this one, I wanted to say, I know some people have their opinions about Orlando Brown. I actually think he's funny. Sometimes it's very aggravating, and I have to watch it and like things that he say and like his videos and segments because I be like. But I feel as though sorry, I was getting my lip gloss because I'm looking at myself in the cameras. I feel as though he speaks in code a lot of times, and with that being stated of him speaking in code, his facetiousness and the character in which he's always been accustomed as much as like his whole childhood, because I know I remember him from Major Payne. I don't know what anybody else. It's my daughter. One moment, I'm gonna pause you guys. Well, not pause you, I'm gonna let you not hear me, but give me 1 second. I'm recording, baby. Okay, say hi now.
Hi. Okay. I'm Ari's daughter.
This I have two different cameras, Lamb. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna leave this in, but I have to go open the door for my sweet girl. Oh, now my grandma's calling. You guys get to see in real time my life. See you guys in a second. We're back. Yes, Lo. Yeah, Lolo. Gabby, what was that? Not you, Lo. Gab. Hold on, y'all. Gabby. Y'all. Okay. So, before I go back to what I was saying about Orlando Brown, in regards to him, sometimes y'all might feel like he'd be off the wall, and I knew he's been in the industry since, like I said, Major Payne is when I remember him. And then, of course, I used to love That's So Raven. It was like one of my favorite shows. And don't have me, I was going to hit it. I was going to hit that. The little stare, the little, I really don't, I'm trying not to laugh. So, but I feel as though, I thought I heard her. I thought I heard Lo. Okay, you guys, so I'm back. So before we get to the next one, which is in regards to Orlando Brown, I did want to be known that I'm going to try to put it in here. Get the finger right. Boop, boop, boop. Boop. That one of the trafficking survivors, her name is Allie Carter, Ally Carter. Not that she is of any relations to the Carters, the Jay-Z's and them, but she's a trafficking survivor. Look her up. Her name is, if I'm saying it, I think she said her name is Allison Leilani Carter. Shout out to her. She's a human trafficking survivor and a child trafficking survivor, and she was trafficked by CPS. And in her words, I'm actually going to find a clip and put it in here, so I don't want to say it wrong because I want her to say exactly the, I'm going to put it right here. It should be on right.
I never thought that we would see the day where Diddy would get arrested, and I told you guys in that Maria Z interview in 2021 that no one tells on Diddy. P. Diddy. Alright? Just the same way nobody tells on Denzel Washington. We tried to back up. We've tried to tell you everything that we can, and now we have people messaging us, investigators, people that want to talk now, when now it's because it's trending. We're still not on the subject of the kids. All the adults are covering their asses. All the adults are, I left at a certain time, yet you knew children were there. You knew these parties were not okay. They weren't freak-offs. They were satanic ritual orgies. And one of those children were me. Bullshit. You see all the people running? They're ducking and hiding because everybody knows that there was children there. But we're still not talking about the kids yet. When are we going to talk about the kids? Everybody's demanding something from the victims. Why aren't you demanding it from the news? You know he's about to turn into another Epstein, and then the list follows, and it circles back into a web. So why isn't anybody demanding any information on the kids? Do you think that thousands of bottles worth of baby oil was for thousands of who? $65,000 worth of hot dogs and pizza was for who? Trafficking over the border was for who? Child Protective Services is your supplier. Is anybody going to talk about that? Everybody that you love. You don't live in the world you think you do. Everybody that you think is not guilty is about to show you who they really are. I've been screaming for years. So now, if you see me over here trying to live a normal life and tying up loose ends as justice, mind your fucking business. Or don't. We were followed the night that Diddy was arrested. I left a place that I was in, minding my own business, finally trying to stop for a second and get my life back. And you know what? I'm not even upset about that. I'm upset about the fact that I have to walk back into this place and have to tell you all goodbye. So if you know who I am and you know me as Justice, you know I'm about to walk into this building and tell you I gotta go. Nobody ever thinks about the victims. Nobody. We're not talking about the victims that are still going through the shit right now with other people who are running to cover their ass and deleting their social medias. Pink, Megan Fox, Tyra Banks, Steve Harvey. We got legal evidence to drop. I just don't know what's the point. Yeah, I was at a Diddy party. I was one of the party favors. But I told you, nobody tells on Diddy. Maria Z.
So we're going to go ahead and listen to Orlando Brown now.
Tired of me. And so is Beyonce. These are my friends. Beyonce's my grandma. And Jigga's my uncle. Timothy Harrison is his real name. My grandmother's name is Helen Bradford. For those that want to know Beyonce's real name, and if you look up all her problems, bro, my grandmother's sick. Like, my grandmother's on her deathbed. Beyonce's literally my grandma, bro.
She just showed her hair looking healthy.
Yeah, man. That's cute. But that's my grandma, bro.
They stayed out of all this though. All this tabloids, they're out of it.
They have allowed me to live, man.
Okay.
The unfold.
Well, if you guys hear something in the background, the girls are here. They were with my mom and my grandma. Hold on, Lolo. So that's just my kids. Hey, it's real over here. We all up in the cemetery together for Halloween. You know what I mean? Nevertheless, it does hit different now that we know that, you know, as Kanye said, you know, Jay-Z, I know you got hitters, don't send them after me. I'm just saying. You know, what could that be? You know, like, I don't know. Just something to just ponder. And my kids probably did throw me off because I did have something I wanted to say. So if I remember, I'll get back to it. Let's go.
Peace, you guys. So many of you wanted the footage of the underground tunnels, and here you go. Be sure you guys pay attention, stay safe, watch your surroundings. You never know if you are someone's target. All right, peace.
Cameras can be disguised as everyday objects, and they can be scattered around your house or Airbnb, and you wouldn't know about it.
3-star motel. This what really freaked me out up here by the front door.
A red room in Thailand is a room where a child is murdered every 3 weeks. They are sacrificed, and the person that pays with the crypto gets to choose how that kid is murdered, and the other person gets to do things to them. Now, that is trafficking. That is murder trafficking. A red room in Thailand is a room where a child...
If that don't remind you of the Hostel movies, Gab, I hope you know your voice made a grand entrance.
They are accused of running a fraudulent teacher certification testing scheme right here in Houston that utilized a test-taking proxy or teacher impersonator to take the test, along with a corrupt testing proctor to allow the switch between the applicant and the proxy test taker. This was used to certify more than 200 unqualified teachers, all now practicing or having practiced here in our Texas public schools and in districts across the state. Worse yet, the cheating teachers include at least 2 sexual predators who, once falsely certified, had access through their employment to underage kids on campus and off. One has been charged with indecency with a child, another with online solicitation. The 5 individuals charged are Vincent Grayson, the head boys basketball coach at Booker T. Washington, where he's worked for nearly 20 years. He is the kingpin and organizer of this scheme. Tawana Guilford Mason, also charged. She worked at H-Tech, Houston Training and Education Center, where she was the proctor who allowed an impersonator to sit for the exams instead of the actual teacher applicants. Nicholas Newton, an assistant principal at Booker T. Washington, was the test applicant's proxy or impersonator. Darian Nicole White acted also as a corrupt testing proctor at one of the centers. And finally, LaShonda Roberts, an assistant principal at Yates High School, is charged as a recruiter and referral agent who brought in many individuals who sought the services of the impersonator test taker.
Wow. I don't really know where to start with that one. Number one, it's really, unfortunate, and it's really terrible. I don't have no words. This is a perfect time to go ahead and take a slight intermission and then come back and, get back to this. Yeah.
I think it's time to go!
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and turn on your notifications so you will be notified when content drops. Always love, A.